Alright, so I wanted to take a quick moment and break down the whole Litecoin move. We recently had a call of about a 50% jump in US dollar price, and we moved in the right time and made a lot of profits, and also protected from a big drop in Bitcoin. So I just want to break down so you understand why that is. So on the right here you have market psychology. You can see how closely that lines up with these runs in Litecoin. And I only want to trade coins that have really strong fundamentals. Litecoin's been around since right after the inception of Bitcoin. It is one of the first forks. Super solid development team, super solid stuff in the hopper. So there's lots of energy behind it, and the fundamentals are strong. It's only the existing supply is 4 times Bitcoin, but the price is 1/100th of a Bitcoin. So, and that's been fairly consistent, but we expect that ratio to move up just because of all the value they're putting into it, the community, the low drama community. So it's already kind of this target. Now what we want to do is get the timing right, so we make sure that our portfolio is maximized. And that becomes pretty clear when you look at the Bitcoin to coin performance breakdown. So this chart can be found a lot of places. I took this off a smartphone app called Cryptonaut, but that you can find any kind of chart. You just want to really see the pattern. You want to look at the US, not the US dollar, but the Bitcoin chart to see how it performs against Bitcoin. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is a superior currency, as we're seeing, with the 12x gains in a year and going parabolic recently. So we want to judge against Bitcoin's performance and make sure we're positioned to maximum leverage of Bitcoin. Okay, so this is all emotion. So once you understand that the stock market moves on emotion, then these kind of patterns become clear. And we jumped in right at this bottom dip. So like I should say at the very lowest down here is the 50 US dollar range, and up a little bit higher is the $100 range. So we jumped in right at that key support level, and you can see that it's never sunk below that. So the downside risk of that trade was very low, and you can see it's still fairly low compared to its all-time high. So even though a US dollar wise it's high, compared to Bitcoin, it hasn't even started its run. So now Litecoin is one of my long-term holds. I think it's going to outperform Bitcoin at least the first 6 months of this year. But even beyond that, with the speed improvements, with the security improvements of it, it is a long-term hold for me. So it's not like a swing trade type of opportunity, but that may be something that you're looking at. Okay, so that's the move. Now, even though this was this dramatic 50% rise, it's only a tiny bit done with its run. So I expect in US dollars, that would be 2 or 3 times where it's at right now. If Bitcoin goes up in price, this is going to go up even higher. So yeah, $200 as a next move for Litecoin is pretty reasonable. In the multiple hundreds going into next year, and about $1,000 by the end of the year, I would say is a reasonable target, a conservative estimate for how Litecoin should be performing. So great, fairly low downside risk at $100. It's always been kind of a stable coin. And so I don't think the run's done yet. If you're looking to kind of swing trade or day trade, the 200, 250 price range is something that you can look at as far as the short term, but it's still a good long-term hold and a good way to differentiate your profile and maybe expect a little bit more stable gains or uncorrelated gains with Bitcoin. And a good way to kind of balance your portfolio. Alright, hope that's insightful. This is the Wall Street cheat sheet. You're going to see these patterns everywhere Make sure you look at the Bitcoin chart to understand where you're at in the whole cycle. Don't be an emotional trader and get all excited about all the Facebook posts and everything here and buy on a top. So always look at this chart before you buy. And yeah, that's a way to kind of maximize gains. All right, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.